Hey-oh, hey-oh. So I got an internship, a very good one, and I quit my job at Youngblood Power Sports. I liked the job somewhat. How the place was run and the management and everything I didn't like so much, like the decisions that were made and just all of that. But I did like working there. I liked most of the people towards the end. But I just got an internship I couldn't pass up, and it's going to be really good for the future. So, having worked at an Indian dealership, it was more than Indian. I really want to talk about Indian versus Harley Davidson. Technically, Polaris versus Harley Davidson, because if you don't know, Polaris owns Indian. They bought them out a while back and started remaking them. Kind of took over their Victory line. They stopped making Victories so they could focus on Indians. But honestly, they're almost the same bike, except Victories are a lot uglier. But the Victory Octane and the Indian Scout are the same exact bike with different paint and a slightly different shape. And the Octane makes way more horsepower. They call it a Scout on crack. Most people do. If they made the Scout with the Scout already has good horsepower, especially compared to like the Sportsters, which have a slightly bigger engine, but they still make way less power. But if they made the Scouts with the Octane power, I would have to seriously be looking at one. Anyway, I really noticed looking at all of the Indians every day that they bear the cruiser models at least, bear a very strong resemblance to the cruiser models of Harley Davidson. But see, what I can't figure out is this just because of lack of creativity and really a lack of different ways to design cruiser motorcycles so that they still serve the same purpose? Or is this because maybe unconscious inspiration? They've been looking at those kind of bikes for so long, that's kind of just what they go to when they design? Or are they flat out copying Harley Davidson? Because look at the Chief versus the, I don't know. I'm not super familiar with all of the Harley cruiser names, but just go compare some of them. Compare the Chief with like the Road King or something, or the Roadmaster or whatever. No, the Roadmaster is Indian. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about here. Just go compare some of the models, and they look very similar. And how are Indian sales doing compared to Harley sales? Since everyone knows Harley sales are slipping. Well, yeah, they're slipping a little bit, but Harley is still the top dog. And Indian does not even come close. And I can tell you that from working at an Indian dealership. We sold more used Harleys than Indians, I'd say. I wanna go fast, 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 fast. So, there's a big question out there. Is Indian eventually gonna kill Harley? Is Indian trying to encroach on Harley's territory? Especially with the new Scout Bobber coming out, which is pretty cool. But still, I would say Scouts are the equivalent of Sportsters. Indian versus Harley. But honestly, the type of person that wants a Sportster probably isn't going to want a Scout, because they are extremely different looks-wise. Indians feel like they're just way more tame than Harleys are. They're a lot smoother. They're 6 speeds. They have brighter, nicer colors. Like a lot of them are like seafoam green and ivory, or I don't know, their darkest colors are red and black, and still those are pretty, they don't look very mean, you know what I'm saying? Harley people want mean looking bikes. Plus I'm sure there's a lot of horror stories about new Harleys too, but there's a lot of horror stories I heard working there from customers who came in to get the bikes fixed. But is Indian gonna kill Harley? I don't think so. I don't think the same kind of person that wants a Harley wants an Indian, and vice versa. And also, the Indians don't look mean enough, and honestly, except for the Scouts, which are just copying the Octanes, which is fine because the same company owned those. Everything else, I'm pretty sure, is almost an exact replica, but with prettier, lighter colors and a smoother engine with a 6-speed gearbox. I don't think Indian will ever. I honestly don't think Polaris has making motorcycles down yet. They weren't doing very well with Victory, and Victories were really mean looking, and they weren't even near killing Harley. So I definitely don't think that Indians are going to do much better. I wouldn't be surprised if the Indians started doing very poorly in the next 5 years or so. But also on the same topic, Harley dying, I really think that they need to do something drastic if they want to keep in business. Because releasing these 10 new models, it was very discouraging for a lot of people, especially since all of the new models looked the same as the old ones, and they did away with one of their most popular models, the Dyna. They're gonna have to do something drastic. What I would suggest is fire everybody working in marketing and fire everybody working in design, and actually get a new crew on that knows what their target demographic wants, that knows what the young people want. Lower the prices. There are some crazy prices. Yeah, they can be expensive bikes, but sometimes I think it's just kind of ridiculous. Would you rather sell a lot more bikes for a lower price, or sell a lot fewer bikes for a much higher price? I'm guessing the lower price is gonna make you more money, even if the profits are less. Honestly, they need to come out with some sort of bike that's not a cruiser bike. They need to do something similar to the XR1200 again, or maybe some sort of similar Buells. Maybe they come out with an adventure touring bike. That would probably be pretty cool. I wouldn't buy it, but I'd be really happy to see them do something innovative and different. They need to maybe come out with some sort of, sports bike. Not even like the XR1200 or the Buells, like an actual Harley sports bike. That'd be awesome. What happened to the Livewire? Bring the Livewire back. I thought they were going to start making that, but they haven't. That would be very cool. I would buy that, as long as it wasn't like $40,000, which I'm sure they would make it. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Harley is very frustrating. They're like, oh, we're gonna do something new. Oh, we're releasing awesome new models, completely new. And then they just do the same thing again. And they're like, why are we dying? Why are our sales down? We're innovating. No, you're not. Shut your mouth. Alright. I'm out of here. Push that bell for notifications. Subscribe, share, comment. Shut up.